What's up everybody, and today we're doing predictions. Now I know I've not done this in a while, but we are going to do the Landon predictions. I'm actually going to London, and I am going to the Copper Box Arena, so I will be watching the last 2 days. Now we'll start with easy, BDS Mobula 3-0. As much as I want Mobula to do well, I've not seen VK Sailing play since Rlcs X or Team Queso, and that was a long time ago. Gaming Gladiators versus G2, I don't see G2 struggling with that. Vitality Chiefs, again 3-0. Gentlemates Twisted, this is a difficult matchup. I'm going to go with Gentlemates in 5 games, but I feel like Twisted Minds could take that. That's probably one of the most likely for an upset. Fury OG, I don't see any struggles with that. Oxygen Power 3-0. Now Falcons versus Space Station. This is my most anticipated round 1 matchup. I don't think, if Space Station win, I don't think it's an upset, because they are both such evenly matched teams. It is hard to split them apart. And I feel like this will be one of the best matches in round 1. And I feel like Falcons, if they play well, they can take it. If SSG play well, they can take it. However, I feel like Falcons just have the edge over SSG, but I don't think these teams have played this whole season. So this will be an interesting matchup. Genji versus Secret. I'm going Genji in 5. BDS Genji. You've got to go BDS here. I don't see Genji as a team that is a force to be reckoned with. I feel like they hit the ground running in the first regional, or Open Qualifier 4, and they've just slowed down. I think OG has their number, and I feel like nobody takes them as seriously as they should now, because after all they were, top 8 team in the last major, and I don't see them doing great here, to be honest. G2 Falcons, I'm going to give it to Falcons in 5 games. I feel like they'll struggle in the start, but then they'll pick up the pace, and then that will really get them the results they need. Gentlemates versus Vitality, I'm giving it to Vitality. Gentlemates, ever since Major 1, they've just looked not as good. And also, in the last regional, they lost to Lunar Galaxy, and as happy as I was, I don't think that reflects well on Gentlemates at all. And Oxygen Furia, I'm going 3-1. I just don't see Furia taking it against Joyo and Oski. I feel Joyo and Oski are probably the best two players outside of the BDS, Vitality Gentlemates, and Carmine Corp. As much as I would love K-Corp to be there, unfortunately they're not. So yeah, Secret Mobula. I want to give it to Mobula so much, but I'll give them a game. Because technically this is an EU team, this is a Spanish team. Yeah, playing for SSA, but I feel like they'll get their first game ever, even if they're not proper SSA. Space Station Gladiators, 3-0. Twisted Minds Chiefs, I'll give it another 3-0. And Power, I'm going to put Power winning that. Now, hate me, but I feel like Power are they're an underrated team. Now, they may not be the best, but they can actually take a good win against a couple of teams there. That being said, BDS versus Falcons, I'm giving it a 3-1. I think BDS are basically looking unstoppable. And then I'm giving this one to Oxygen 3-2. Again, this will be a very difficult matchup. G2 versus Power, I'm giving that a 3-0. And then Fury versus Secret, that is a 3-1, I'll see. Mates versus Space Station. This is a very hard one because these are both... It's like the Falcons matchup. I don't think... looking at the results, 3-2 against Twisted Minds and then 3-1 against Vitality. And for SSG, 3-2 against Falcons, 3-0 against Gladiators. I'm going to give it to Gentlemates. However, Space Station could by far easily take this. Genji versus Twisted Minds, and then OG 3-0, Mobula versus Chiefs. This is a tough one. You know, I'll give it to Mobula. Vitality Genji. Genji are just fallen off. Falcons, I'm gonna say they just beat mate. GT Furia. I'm gonna give this to Furia. Or should I? No. Oh, this is a tough matchup. The reason I'm saying this is a tough matchup because you've got two great offensive teams. It's just defense because they're both, I think, great offensive teams. But the defense of G2 I think is probably a bit better than Furia. However, that being said, I don't watch a ton of South American Rocket League, so I'll give it 3-2 G2. Space Station Mobula 3-0. Poor Mobula. OG Twisted Minds. I think OG have looked a lot better. And also Power always go around 5. So they've just gone down, up, and now they're just getting absolutely shredded by Furia. Gentlemates, I think, are going to take this one fairly well. And then Genji, SSG. This is tough. I know that SSG, I don't think I've ever beaten Genji. Oh no, they might have, but I know that last split, every quarterfinal, Genji just beat SSG. But that being said, I'm gonna give it to them. Yeah, I'll give it to Genji. Okay, now moving down. Okay, yeah, I forgot my scroll wheel is broken. Okay, BDS versus Genji. Very confident in that. Vitality Falcons. Oh, this is such a good matchup. I'm going to go with Vitality, but that's going to be very close. I don't think Falcons, although Falcons are a great team, I think that they're against, it's the 4th and 5th seeds, so it's always going to be a tough one. But I feel like Vitality just have the edge, because Redosin and Alpha, they've been performing a lot better than they did in Major 1. So hopefully they can manage to get an EU team to win, because I do just want EU to succeed. Oxygen, I feel like they take this fairly well over Gentlemate. And Furia versus G2. No, not Furia versus... Oh yeah, it is. I read that wrong. That's my apologies. I'm just blind. We got this in the Swiss. And G2 beat Furia. And now we have it again. You know, I'll give this to... Actually, yeah, I'll give this a 4-1. And the reason I'm giving it a 4-1 is because I believe we saw something similar last Major. It was between Vitality and Furia. Furia beat Vitality and then lost 4-1. Or did they? I have no clue. Something like that. And then Vitality just shredded Furia, basically. It was a 4-1. And so I'm giving this a 4-1 because I feel like Furia are a very well-respected team. I don't think they're underrated. I think they're well-rated. I think they're definitely top 8 in the world. That being said, I don't think they have the capability to be NA's top seed. BDS Vitality, I'm giving this to BDS. This will probably be Game 6 overtime. So if this is like a 4-3, but it will still go to BDS. Oxygen, hate me for this, but I think Oxygen take this. I think Oxygen are a team that looks very well. I feel like they play great Rocket League. They might not have the best results, especially in EU. However, I feel like they can definitely take it. And in this grand final, BDS Oxygen, I'm going for BDS 4-2. I feel like BDS, they're just so good. Exotic, Drolly and Monkey Moon. on paper, I didn't think it would work at the start of the season, but seeing them play, and especially this split, it has been amazing. I feel like Gentlemates underperformed a lot in this split. Same with Genji. But I think Vitality have improved a lot, and same with BDS. So maybe one day Power can like get into the top 8, especially because OCE. There are 2 regions, former minor regions in Rocket League that have made themselves a force to be reckoned with. That is Sam and Mina. I feel like OCE is next out of that, and then APAC, and then SSA. Because SSA, you cannot, and I mean cannot, be losing to teams that aren't even in that region. Like Mobula, all 3 players are Spanish, I believe. I know VK Sailing is one. And they basically destroyed Limitless. And as the former SSA 1 seed, I know Mobula can't make they can't make what do you call it? They can't make worlds. But they can easily take down Limitless, and that is just saying something that it'll take the region of SSA a long time to kind of get out of that spot, especially because last season they didn't even have a major spot. With regards to APAC, I feel like APAC, last season realised Cammy and Virtuoso. They managed to get 2 wins. One was over G1, and another one was over Pioneers, I believe. And they nearly made it into the world's main event. They just lost to Secret, and I do not like Secret for that. Yeah. But anyway, looking over this, I think a lot of people. Wow, where did that come from? Okay, I think a lot of people would have BDS at least making the final, if not winning it. Same with G2, but I feel like this could go either way around, to be honest. Don't hate me for this, because actually, yeah, you can hate me for this. I do think Oxygen will just slightly have the edge. I think it'll be a close matchup, but at the end of the day, I think Oxygen take it. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like the video, leave a like. If you don't like the video, dislike it by all means. And I hope you guys have a good day.